The Hydralift is a piece of equipment that allows you to space a well accurately and efficiently without the unsafe practices that were being used before. The traditional equipment is just the start of how unsafe it was. What was really unsafe was the method that's required to use that type of equipment. All of the work was being done by the pumping unit itself and the prime mover that's involved. With our equipment, it's all done hydraulically. But in the old style, that was all work that was being put on your existing expensive equipment. So the Hydralift allows you to space a well accurately and gives you the best compression ratio in your pump. To do that with the traditional method took a very skilled hand and a lot of time and unsafe practice. When we're talking about spacing a rod in the traditional method, you'll see that there's a lot of gaps where an operator could get their hands stuck. So in the last 40 or 50 years, many people have lost hands and fingers because of the traditional method. In the traditional method, it requires that there's a gap where operators can put their hands between the clamp and the carrier bar. With our method, the hands are well away from that space. So when you look at a traditional toadstool, it looks like nobody put any thought into it. It's just a couple pieces of metal and $20 worth of iron that somebody fabricated in a garage. When you see this on a tailgate, it's not impressive, and you put it on a piece of equipment that's worth $100,000 and it starts to look out of place. It looks out of place because it is out of place. This device has been around for 40, 50, 60 years, and no thought or effort has been put into a better device. When you use a toadstool or a suitcase, you've got a lot of kinetic energy that comes down slamming onto your toadstool. When you use a Hydralift, it's all static. There's very slow, steady movements, and that leads to less wear. Time has told us that it's time for a new device, a safer way of doing this, and a quicker way that can save operators lots of money. When you see the traditional method and the traditional tools right next to the Hydralift, it's an obvious choice that the Hydralift has had plenty of work put into it, whereas the old traditional methods look unintentional.